Hey guys, what's going on? So this just dropped, and I basically haven't read it. Than to say that I saw it and I kind of glanced, but I didn't read any of it. I just read titles, and then I was like, you know what? Let's do this as a live reaction, as the most live reaction that I could possibly give you, which is basically to say that I have not read it, and we will be reading it together. Normally I read these and I sit on them for hours, and then I think about it, and then I formulate a video, and I thought, here, I'll just give you my process. And most of the time, whenever I do these, I'll do that, and then I'll be like, you know what, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk about this thing is dumb. But now you get to see my process of, how I read these. So 31.0 has finally been announced after announcing something new coming May 15th. It is almost June 15th. It is June 9th. So it's almost been a month since they even announced that something was happening. So that's how long that took. But here we go. New equipment options, reworked events, mythic items. I don't like the sound of that at all. And another floor in the Dragon Rift. All of that is coming soon. Dragon Rift, they need to change the mechanics of Dragon Rift. Dragon Rift, whenever it came out, we have been stuck on floor 3 with no rewards other than just the gold, which most people don't care about. I don't want to say most people. A top 10% of people don't care about. I don't care about it, obviously. But the idea that it's a mode specifically designed just for gold just feels redundant, that it's not just co-op dungeons. That they gave you one-time rewards, which co-op dungeons also gave you, and then now it's just gold. The idea that that's all it is crazy to me. I feel like even just changing the mechanic of once you beat floor 3 or once you beat the furthest floor, it either resets to floor 1 and you can just keep fighting your way back up to all of the same rewards. If you get to floor 3 again, you can get celestial shards. Even just doing that, changing that as a mechanic, would make it more interesting for somebody who doesn't need gold like me. If I could fight my way back to floor 3 and get 60 celestial shards or however many celestial shards it was, and I could get those random rewards again, even that would be a better mechanic than just adding one floor and then saying, oh, okay, once you finish this, then you're done again until we add a 5th floor. But that would be my change. Anyway, equipment system development. Change item factions around using essence. Now you decide which faction an item belongs to. I feel like a lot of people would read, now you decide which faction an item belongs to, as in you pay essence and then you're like, I want it to be forest faction, and then you just change it to forest faction, and that might be it, but I'm always going to be skeptical, and I want to say that it's going to be random. I mean, it might not be, but that's just my first initial skepticism. That is the specific wording of now you decide which faction means because they could say that about enchantments. Oh, now you can decide which enchantment you want. It's of these 3 randomly, and you do get to pick, but it's random all the time. It's not, but you'd read that and be like, oh, I get to choose counterspell. I'm going to do counterspell on all my things. And it's you do get to choose, but not in the way that you think. And I feel like that might be this. Set, a separate type of bonus. It will be upgraded separately and it won't depend on item level. It will partially activate as soon as you equip your hero with at least 2 items from the same faction. That feels like what already exists, but an upgraded version. If you have the same main set, you have a set bonus. So I don't know what the extension to that is. Yeah, mythic items, even reading mythic, I don't like the idea. A new level of rarity. Don't want to bother collecting items of the right faction? Now you don't have to. Combine 2 identical legendary equipment items using essence, and voila, a universal item. Oh, I do like that now. All of a sudden, I do like that. A universal item is ready. Combine 2 identical legendary equipment items using essence, and now you get a universal item? All of a sudden, all of my work has paid off. all of my hard-earned work has paid off. That's crazy. I feel like a lot of people have not put themselves in a position like I have. But that's essentially what I've been doing anyway. All of a sudden, I really like this idea. So if you are new here, the thing that I've been doing for the entirety of my account is I've always wanted, like, not set bonus wise, but I've always wanted every single equipment in both of the utilizing all of the factions. So there are 5 different factions. And so, for example, on this Amulet of Swiftness, I have Forest, Magic, and Dark. So all I need, if I wanted to use any deck, would be Techno and Light on an Amulet of Swiftness. And then no matter what deck I want to build, I can always have all of the factions. So what I did was I eventually created a Dark and Light, and then Techno faction for my Amulet of Swiftness. I just I didn't re-roll, but I kept my rare equipment, and then that's how I eventually just my rare equipment, and that's how I eventually just curated the other factions. And so what they're saying is that I could now theoretically combine this and then just have a singular one that's universal, that has the faction for everything, as opposed to having to build up 2. That sounds crazy. And that sounds like a huge waste of resources that I utilized in what did I max? I maxed 2 things out. Didn't I max 2 things out? Oh yeah, my 2 Hunter's Jackets. I have 2 Hunter's Jackets that I maxed out. This is Light, Forest, Magic, and then the Techno Dark is this one. But now you can theoretically combine both of them into one universal Hunter's Jacket for everything. That sounds crazy. Because then I would be done on so many things. I have a spear that has... I have this spear that has 3. It's Forest, Techno, Dark. And then I just found and started building this spear, which is Light, Magic, and Dark. And then theoretically, I have a 3rd spear, which is... I don't even know where it is. I have a Forest faction specific spear. All of this is changing. I feel like this is going to be the biggest thing for this patch. Do I not have it anymore? I had a Forest faction specific spear that I was theoretically going to build up as well. Oh, it was this one. This one is a Forest faction specific spear, but all of this probably doesn't matter anymore. If you can get universal, I guess having a universal thing with all of the factions, it then begs the question of which one gives you set bonuses, but that's probably why they're changing the quote-unquote set bonus mechanic, because if you have a universal spear, then what gets the set bonus? And it's the answer is probably it gives it to everything. I don't know. I'm all of a sudden I have 180'd my thoughts on mythic items, because I have put myself in a position where I could really benefit from this. Regular events, mirror match is the new standard with win 6 times to get all the rewards from the battle pass. It will now be shorter and contain only relevant rewards. Want to have it faster? Sure. Play for 3 tickets and winning will instantly cover half the pass. A random modifier in every battle adds spice and fun. Mirror match is the new standard. Win 6 times to get all the rewards from the battle pass. But then that begs the question of, do you get refreshes, or how many battles do you get per day? Or do you have to, like, do you only get, are they going to change it to where you only get like 1 battle per day for 3 days, and then you have to gem your way to get the other 3 battles? Or do you get like 2 battles a day? It's probably like, yeah, that's probably what it would be. Like 2 battles a day, and because then that would be six battles, and then you have to win those. And then if you want more, you have to gem them. I guess it's cool because it's faster. Or no, I guess that wouldn't, it would be faster because, but then if you like if you lose too much, if that's like the exact amount and you lose too much, then you're going to be gemming a lot. I don't know. This is all speculation, obviously. I feel like this is also something that we're going to have to see in practice. But that's just me. Again, I'm always pessimistic whenever I hear changes like this. I'm never going to think, oh my God, now we have we can do like 5 battles a day and you only need to win 6. Like, that's not me. I'm thinking, what's the worst this could possibly be? And I feel like a balanced version, a quote unquote balanced version of this is like 2 battles a day and you have to win 6. And so you get 2 free battles a day and you have to win them. You have to win them all. And it is technically shorter because it would be technically shorter because you're doing less battles than what you're doing now. Cause you have to win like 5 a day? Like, you have to do like 20 battles total. And if this reduced to like 6, that would shorten the time technically. But I guess we'll see. It's another, a lot of this is like, I don't have the information. And so I can only speculate on this. Again, this is my thought process whenever I go through these. The event shop will be reworked. Instead of individual unit cards, I don't like that sentence. It will feature a chest where you can choose one of 2 random units, but with the option to yeah, I really don't like that. I don't like that at all. You will be able to buy a legendary hero fragment, a regular legendary unit card, and a casket with epic hero fragments. I don't like any of that. The idea that they're giving you a pick your own legendary, and by pick your own legendary, I mean choice of 2. You could theoretically be given the option of 2 things that you already have, and then you have to gem your way to find other things. Making event cards harder just because feels like a pretty bad way of like getting gems out of you, which is equivalent to money. Refreshes in any way, shape, or form is not good for this game, and I don't like that. I don't like the idea that you can't just, because not only are you spending money on a battle pass, on like a event pass, right, to get the tokens to get the chest, but then the chest might not even matter, and then on top of the $10 that you're spending on the pass to get the tokens to get the chest, now you have to spend more money on gems. I mean, you can free to play gems, obviously, but like now you have to spend more money on gems in order to do gem refreshes in order to get the actual thing that you want. Especially if you're like a seasoned veteran player with most of your event units maxed out to where you just don't even care about most of the event units. In my position, I already have a max Treant, a max Gunslinger, a max Kobold. And so if I pull any of those 3 or if, you know, like if I'm, you know, like if they give me the option of Bard and Phoenix, and right now I'm trying to build a genie, and they give me Bard and Phoenix, and now I have to like spend gems on it, and then they give me Treant Gunslinger, and then I have to spend gems on it, and then they give me Treant Bard, and then I have to spend gems on it. That is, and I've already spent $10 in order to even get the ability to even buy this chest. I don't like that at all. That's not great. I feel like if you don't have any at all, I guess it's fine. It's kind of okay. But like, I guess this is just a way for you to want to build out other things. I suppose. But presumably if you're going to have to not only win all 6 of your battles, but also spend $11 on a pass just to get this, it doesn't feel great. It's not going to feel great. Star of the Week, a new weekly event. A great reason to build a new deck. Play with the Star of the Week unit and earn bonuses. The Star unit will match one of the modifier factions. Win PvP battles with it and earn bonus points for the leaderboard. Are you spending crystals? Earn points in the separate spending leaderboard. 2 regional leaderboards, 2 sets of rewards. I feel like this is trying to do what Pantheon is failing to do. A Star of the Week unit that matches the modifier factions. So presumably it would be like if you... So right now it's Dark and Techno. Let's say they want to change the narrative to say, oh no, not everybody plays Genie all the time and it wins all the time. Why don't you... The Star of the Week right now is Riding Hood. And Riding Hood benefits from the Techno faction bonus that's happening right now. And if you play Riding Hood, because it is the Star of the Week isn't getting any bonus. I mean, I guess it would get a bonus because it's a Pantheon unit. The Star of the Week, you get like you get points towards a leaderboard and you get rewards. So everybody is going to start playing Riding Hood, and that changes the narrative of Genie is the best card and everybody plays Genie. I think that's what they're trying to do with this. And I see what they're doing. If that is what they're trying to do with this, and that's the only reason, because win PvP battles with it and earn bonus points for the leaderboard. And you get to earn bonuses because you won some amount of battles with it, and they're just giving you something. I think it's something for free-to-play people, or maybe not free-to-play people, because they're probably going to pick event units, and you have to have those event units in order to even, like, go have this count towards something. Presumably, it would be like this. Like the Technogenic Society, like when you defeat bosses with a Technogenic person, you're getting 500 gold and then 10 Techno cores and then 25. Like, they're going to do that, but with the Star of the Week. So it'll have Riding Hood, but then you'll have like thresholds for prizes. And it feels very much like they're trying to change the narrative of everybody plays Genie. And it's like, no, for some amount of time, you'll encounter Riding Hood people, and everybody plays Riding Hood because it's the Star of the Week. And that like artificially changes the narrative of everybody plays the same card. And that's a way for them to say everybody doesn't just play Genie, or everybody doesn't just play Max Twilight Ranger. I think I don't know. I guess it's fine. I will never really slam free rewards, and this sounds like free rewards. If they have like an entire like thing, like I just showed you, where it's just this, but like for the Star of the Week, I think that's fine. That gives you a reason to try other decks as well. If you have a card, you don't really use it, it gives you a reason to use it. I will never slam free rewards. Free rewards are always something that's good for the game. And if that's all, that's all that boils down to, I guess that's fine. Spending crystals, earn points in a separate spending leaderboard. That's hilarious. I don't even want to talk about that. That's exactly what it sounds like. Trophy and player profile. Are you reaching 7,000 trophies? That's impressive. Now everyone will see your progress. New trophy cup visuals at the milestone of 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 trophies. Unique profile badges, rewards that stay with you forever. That's kind of cool. Starting with season 60, accomplishment chests. Reaching a specific number of trophies will grant a special chest with a valuable reward or a unique profile badge. I think if that was something that you were doing already, just as like a natural thing that you're doing, I think that's fine. Valuable reward is very ambiguous. 500 gold. I don't know. 2 magic dust. 1 bell. I don't know. Again, I'm always pessimistic. I will always be pessimistic. But it's one of those things that, like, if you were doing it anyway, it's neat. And if you weren't doing it, it's not going to bother you that it exists. Once you get the chest, the next one will appear in the new season at a higher ranking. The quality of rewards will be increased. Sure. Dragon Rift, 4th floor. The Rupture in the Veil of Space has spawned a new challenge. The Void-born Dragon and the minions aren't ready to give up any of the treasure, but when has that stopped the random hero? Gold and Celestial Shards await you on floor 4. I already talked about like my thoughts on this entire mode as a mode, so I won't go back into that. Legendary summons simplified. No more progress bars. Simply trade 45 bells for that legendary unit. Yeah, that's fine. What they're saying is, so right now you have to do summon 10 and then summon 10 and then summon 10 and then summon 10 and then summon 1 and then summon 1 and then summon 1, assuming that you have 45 bells. And now there's just going to be a summon button, summon 45 bells button. That's fine. And a bit more. Changes to leaderboards for boss kills with faction units of the week. Unique animated avatars will be added for each faction. Changes to leaderboards for boss kills with faction units of the week. Unique animated avatars will be added for each faction. Static avatars will be available for 4th and 100th place. I don't know what this is. I don't understand what this is. A new co-op, a new modifier cannon will be added. It's going to be fun. Oh, how many people do you think are gonna be like, where are those trapper talents? When are those trapper talents gonna happen? Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's probably gonna be my profile, my picture for this thing. All the new like mythic equipment, the universal mythic equipment. Somebody's gonna be, yeah, how many people do you think have already like started to yell in the comments, where are those trapper talents? When are trapper talents gonna happen? And the answer is 5 months from now. Soon. How many people? How many people? How many people do you think? Where is it? Still no talents for trapper? I mentioned somewhere that Trapper talents will be included in one of the nearest versions after 31.0. Yeah. Yeah. May 15th, man. I told everybody. And if this is your first time that you're on my channel, I told everybody when this got dropped, I was like, don't expect this. Like, it's there, but this is future versions, and in the past, future versions has the ability to be at very least 2 updates. So a major update, which is this one, and the next one. So, don't get too excited for those Trapper talents. don't get too excited for that summoner rework and that Mari rework and the new summoner unit. Don't get too excited for either of those things, because we have not gotten information about anything like I said, from June 15th, and the next time we got relevant information is today. And so presumably one or both of those things will be in the next update. So this is 31.0. So after they make separate posts, if you're wondering even when this is going to come out, the way that this works is they will make a separate post over the coming days for each of these things. So there will be a post about the equipment system, and it'll go into more detail. They will do a thing about the sets. They will do a thing about mythic items. They will do a thing about regular events. They will do a thing about the event shop. They will do a thing about Star of the Week. They will do a thing about trophies. They will do a thing about Dragon Rift. They will do a thing about Legendary System Simplified. They will do individual posts about all of these, then drop the actual update within 3 or 4 days after they've already dropped individual posts about all of these. And then it will drop into the game. And then we will have to wait a large quantity of time. And then they will announce this, but for either Trapper Talents, Mari rework, all of the new summoner unit, all of those cool things that they announced May 15th. And presumably, if it's not in that one, it'll then be in the next one after that. So I hope you're cool with waiting. But yeah, like, I think the most exciting thing about this entire thing is, it's, for me at least, I don't know if for anybody else, a lot of people like to break their equipment, and I don't like getting rid of equipment. And I've like specifically saved equipment for a very long time, and so I feel like it's all gonna pay off. All my equipment saving is about to pay off. That's my coolest thing that's happening in this patch. I really don't like the event shop being reworked to being like a pick one of two legendary, or pick one of two event units. That feels like a scummy way of saying that you have choice, because currently right now we have choice, and now they're like, no, we're gonna take that away because it's too easy. We're gonna give it back to you in gem form. If you want to get that, Twilight Ranger that you've been wanting, we're gonna give you Treant and then Bard, and then Gunslinger and then Kobold, and then Genie, and then Twilight Ranger, and you're gonna have to spend that amount of gems, because that's what's gonna happen. My only thing that I want to know out of this is if legendary fragments are even going to be important to get after this rework, or after this rework of the shop, because currently right now the best way to get legendary fragments, quote unquote best way, the best way to get legendary fragments is this $50 offer for as a seasonal offer. $50 for 10 fragments is the best rate of legendaries, getting legendary heroes in this game. There was a time when I was buying legendary fragments out of the shop a long time ago. And that's why I have a Necromancer that's like a level 30 right now, because I was doing this thing, but it was a different rate. Currently, this is the worst rate in this game. Actually, no, the worst technical rate in this game is this. This is awful. 10 fragments for $100. You can do 10 fragments for $50. But this is also pretty bad. This is essentially a $10, or it's a little bit more than $10 to get 200 coins. And so then, because you're paying for an entire pass, at which point, in order to get 50, you're spending a little bit more than $50. And I want to see if they change the numbers on this to where they make it like better. I think that if you got 2 fragments at the rate of 100, I think a lot more people would do this, and then it would be, if it became the best rate in this game, I think a lot more people would do this, but that's just me. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I will catch you guys next video.